special programs for a once-in-a-lifetime event.
And a SUNY Oswego faculty-led research project is attempting to improve vaccine storage.
Plus, find out why the newest tax assessments have left Oswego homeowners in a state of shock.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kaylee Richmond.
And I'm Logan Russo.
Many Oswego residents remain confused about the newest tax reassessment done on their properties. The latest reassessment was the first to happen in Oswego in 27 years, with some residents seeing a tax increase upwards of 80%.
A public forum was held last week at Oswego City Hall where concerned residents could express their frustration to a panel. The panel consisted of tax professionals, including the city tax assessor and Oswego resident Kevin Hill. Residents' comments and concerns grew into heated exchanges with the panelists. Hill at one point referred to those in attendance as the, quote, peanut gallery. Hill also urged speakers to hold back questions about their own properties and to speak with him directly instead. Many at the forum felt panelists were misleading with their answers and still lacked clarity on the grievance process.
A technological breakthrough has followed a new patent for SUNY Oswego's electrical and computer engineering professor Adrian Ida's ionic wind research. In 2018, Professor Ida and a team of students achieved a special flight with this new rotational propulsion system with electricity using ionic wind to power movement. Last year, students presented some of their research at Quest, but their experiments still continue.
Oswego County is reminding residents this time of year to protect their pets. With more on this story, we turn to our own Jason Samsel.
Thank you guys. Oswego rabies. Thank you guys. Rabies is a fatal disease that can infect any mammal, and with springtime finally upon us, the Oswego County Health Department is reminding pet owners to vaccinate their pets. The department is holding its first rabies vaccination clinic of the year this Wednesday, the 27th. The clinic will be open by appointment from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Oswego County Highway Facility over in Scriba. Oswego County Director of Environmental Health Caitlin Parkhurst says the rabies virus remains active year-round, but activity increases as the weather warms and wild animals become more active. Residents can set up appointments over the phone from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. until all appointments are filled. And guys, Parkhurst says that it's not just outdoor pets that can be exposed. Last year, the department reported that 44 people in Oswego County alone were treated for exposure to rabies. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jason. The April 8th total solar eclipse going over central New York offers students who work with the SUNY Oswego Planetarium an opportunity to develop new programs around this once-in-a-lifetime event. Eclipse programs will take place at the Shinneman Center Planetarium, and all shows are supported by the Shinneman Endowed Fund. As of now, all shows are sold out for that day. However, you can still tune in to Oswego Now's live eclipse coverage on April 8th, live at 2:30 p.m. on YouTube.
For those who want to take photos of the solar eclipse on April 8th, SUNY Oswego Professor Peter Cardone has some tips for you to stay safe with the right equipment and planning. 1. Protect your eyes. Wear ISO certified protection when looking at the sun. 2. Use the right DSLR or mirrorless camera with the longest lens available, and a solar filter. 3. Set up and plan your eclipse shoot beforehand. For more information on the eclipse, visit oswego.edu/eclipse.
Well, I'll be sure to use some of those photography tricks come April 8th. But speaking of celestial phenomenons, we had chances of aurora borealis sightings last night.
Let's ask our chief meteorologist, Ever Bedron, if we can have some aurora sightings here in Oswego tonight. Evan?
The answer is yes and no. Right now we do have clear skies, calm conditions, but overnight we are expecting some increasing cloud cover. So if you want to get the chance to see it, you have to be pretty. I mean, it's not that likely that we're going to see the aurora. I mean, look at the picture. You can see we're on the very fringe of that green, but I mean, that means we have a very slight chance of seeing it. And with all that cloud cover, I don't think we're going to have a good chance of seeing it late tonight when it's the most visible. I'll more full my forecast about the cloud cover coming up after the break, but first, back to you guys at the desk.
Evan, thank you. One SUNY Oswego professor has had a strong year in terms of contributing to global entrepreneurship education. Surfraz Mia, Distinguished Professor of Marketing and Management, is a world-renowned expert who has seen a strong year with multiple keynote speeches, co-editorials, and scholarly articles under his name. He gave keynote speeches in the past year in Florida, Ottawa, Paris, Pakistan, and Sweden. He also co-authored 3 referred journal publications on the topics of entrepreneurship. Congrats, Professor, on your success.
A SUNY Oswego professor and students are researching how to maintain vaccines. The research is funded by a pair of NIH NIH grants. Many vaccines need to be stored in sub-zero temperatures, which can be difficult for poor and middle-income countries. As well as rural parts of the U.S., this research aims to change the storage of temperature of some vaccines and provide more equitable access. Their work could also help with yellow fever and Zika, as well as potential future diseases.
Governor Kathy Hochul is encouraging motivated New Yorkers to apply to the Empire State Fellows Program. The program seeks, quote, exceptional and diverse talent from across New York State and across the country to serve in high-level government positions. Many graduates of the program move on to assume permanent and senior government roles. The incoming class will begin service on September 12th and will be paid $85,000 and will be given a benefits package.
Still ahead tonight, suspects appeared in court today over Friday's terrorist attacks in Russia, who Russian state media is blaming for the attack.
Plus, what the Buffalo Bills are telling you about the eclipse. We'll be right back.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10
out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back to WTOP. I'm Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Evan Beedron, and right now looking at our current conditions, 30 degrees feels like 24, so another very cold night, but the bright side, we have clear skies. So if you do want to see the aurora like I previously mentioned, now's probably your best chance because we are expecting some clouds to increase. Looking out west, you see Buffalo, they're already mainly cloudy, Bath, some partly cloudy skies, but those clouds are making their way over to our area, and this will be a pretty cloudy night, but early tomorrow morning, you may expect some breaks in the clouds, but first looking at tonight's forecast, cool and breezy, clear, 35 degrees, but a southeast wind of 60 miles per hour, so that wind along with those temperatures will make it feel even colder. Looking at our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we are expecting some milder conditions through midweek, but throughout the rest of the week, those temperatures are going to be going down into the 40s and over the weekend staying in the 40s for Easter break or Easter vacation. And so looking at tomorrow's hour by hour forecast, partly sunny to start off your day, 37 degrees. By 3 p.m., 52 is going to be our high, mostly cloudy. And by the time you reach 9 p.m., that's when our showers are going to start with the arrival of that cold front moving into our area. So looking at our precipitation chances, tomorrow, a very, very slight chance. That's mainly late tomorrow night, but Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon, that's the best chances for us to see any sort of rain this week. And so looking at our mesoscale analysis, you can see that low pressure all the way off by Illinois and Wisconsin. Stormy weather to the south of that. There is that warm front that's going to bring us a lot of our warmer weather. And Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when the cold front sweeps through our area, bringing a lot of stormy weather back into our area. And so looking at our 7-day forecast, Tuesday, 56, partly sunny. Wednesday, scattered showers ahead of that cold front, 59 degrees, so very mild still. But after that cold front, we see their temperature start going down. Thursday, 46 degrees, partly sunny. And as you head towards Easter break, Easter weekend, Friday, 44, Saturday staying in the low 40s, mostly sunny. Easter Day looking very beautiful, 44, seasonably cool, mostly sunny. And starting our week next week, staying in the mid-40s, partly sunny skies. That's all for my forecast. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Evan, thank you. 2 weeks ahead of the solar eclipse, Governor Hochul is reminding New Yorkers to stay safe. She suggested planning to leave early and stay late to avoid traffic when traveling. She also released a PSA featuring the Buffalo Bills, reminding viewers to wear glasses and sunscreen and plan for a variety of weather conditions. Hochul also created a task force across multiple state agencies who have been preparing since October of 2022.
Today, Russia charged 4 men in connection with the concert hall terrorist attack in Moscow that happened this past Friday. Nearly 140 people are reported dead from the attack, with an additional 100 injured. The 4 men appeared in court today looking battered and beaten. One of the suspects was brought in by a wheelchair and appeared to be missing an eye. The Islamic State section, ISIS-K, is claiming responsibility, releasing body cam video from the gunman. Russia's state media blames Ukraine for the attack, but Ukrainian President Zelensky rejects any affiliation with the incident.
Today, the UN Security Council has passed an immediate temporary ceasefire resolution in Gaza. The United States abstained from the vote while all other members voted in favor of it. This comes after the Security Council failed to pass a resolution put forth by the U.S. on Friday. This new resolution demands an immediate ceasefire, leading eventually to a permanent, sustainable ceasefire. It also demands, quote, the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages that bring all barriers are lifted to provide the humanitarian assistance needed in Gaza. Major developments are happening today in former President Donald Trump's legal battles in New York.
On the civil side, he caught a break in a nearly $500 million bond that was due, but he also was dealt a blow during a hearing for his criminal hush money trial. Julia Benbrook has the latest on Trump's legal woes.
Former President Donald Trump's personal, political, and legal worlds collided today with new developments in 2 of the cases that he's facing. He now has more time to pay a reduced bond in the New York civil fraud case, but a request to delay the criminal case involving hush money payments was denied. In a New York civil fraud trial, former President Donald Trump was given more time to post a massive bond while he appeals the ruling. The appeals court gave the former president 10 more days to come up with the money and cut the amount necessary to $175 million.
We have no guarantees of it, but it seems like it's a number that's reachable for him.
That decision gives Trump a major lifeline, as he was facing a Monday deadline to secure a bond for the full $464 million judgment.
It will be my honor to post, and we'll post whatever is necessary, whether it be cash or security or bonds.
Meanwhile, in a separate criminal case, a judge dismissed the former president's motion to delay the trial further. Jury selection in Trump's first criminal trial is now expected to start April 15th. This trial is related to Trump's alleged efforts to falsify business documents related to hush money payments made to cover up an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump has pleaded not guilty and has denied the affair.
This is a witch hunt, it's a hoax.
This could potentially be the only one of the 4 criminal trials the former president is facing that would occur before the November election. In total, the former president faces 88 criminal charges across 4 indictments. Now, these developments take place as Trump is preparing for.
As Trump left today's hearing, he thanked the courts and said, quote, Judge Eggnorn is a disgrace to this country. He followed that statement promising to post the new bond amount within days' time.
The Biden administration says several Chinese hackers targeted American companies on behalf of China's Ministry of State Security spy agency. Multiple federal agencies are cracking down on the hackers, with likely criminal charges, sanctions, and a multi-million-dollar reward for information on them. A similar crackdown on the same group is said to be underway in the UK.
When WTOP-10 Nightly News continues, Biden announces a $6 billion funding plan. Find out how it will be utilized.
And Medicaid funding might look different for New York soon when WTOP-10 Nightly News returns.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
In consumer news, the Biden administration is spending $6 billion coming from the Inflation Reduction Act and the bipartisan infrastructure law. The funding will help stop planet-warming pollution from heavy industries, including cement, steel, and aluminum. The funding will go to more than 30 factories around the U.S. who are taking different steps to help cut out 14 million metric tons of carbon dioxide annually. That would equate to about 3.3 million cars off the road in a year.
Thousands of people across New York State protested to oppose Kathy Hochul's proposal to cut $1 billion from Medicaid programs. This move could affect nursing homes, long-term care, and other essential medical services. The governor says there's a need to rein in Medicaid spending, but protesters say Medicaid funding levels are already low, which has caused hospitals and nursing homes to cut or reduce vital services. The High Court is set to hear oral arguments Tuesday on whether the FDA was outside its authority when it made it easier for women to obtain the abortion pill mifepristone. A group called the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine sued the Food and Drug Administration in the case. Supporters of the abortion pill, including the American Medical Association, say the drug is extremely safe and the FDA approved the drug more than 20 years ago.
The SUNY Oswego Judo Club holds an opportunity for students to find more than just physical strength. Megan Gagno has the story. We're having a bit of technical difficulties, but sports are certainly helpful in clearing our mind and boosting mental health. We have our sports anchor, Lucas McGarry, is in the studio tonight.
Lucas, can you give us a quick preview of the major sporting events that are happening?
Thanks, guys. Coming up, the men's lacrosse team picks up their first win. 2 swimmers get all-conference honors, and tons of controversy following Dodgers player Shohei Ohtani. All that and more is coming up.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Lucas McGarry, here with your sports report. The Oswego men's lacrosse team hosted the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles this afternoon for their first conference game of the season. The game was tied at half 3-3, courtesy of goals from Jason Dongulik, Corey O'Connor, and Connor Aspinall. The second half started hot, with Logan Prescott winning the faceoff and then just 6 seconds later scored the first goal of the second half. After that, it was all Lakers as they finished the rest of the game outscoring Brockport 5-2 to finish the game for the final score of 9-5. The men's team now moved to 4-3, and the Lakers will host the SUNY Potsdam Bears next Saturday. And some congratulations are in order as we move to the pool, as 2 members of the Oswego State Swim and Dive team, Zach Brown and Izzy Daig, make first and third conference. At SUNY X, Brown broke his own school record and also broke the meet record by .04 for the 100 breaststroke in his preliminary swim with a time of 55.53. In finals, he came back even faster for a first-place win with a 55.21. Isabel Daig, in her first ever SUNY X, medaled with a 4:47.65 in the 400 individual medley, which got her third. Los Angeles Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani made a strong statement today denying any involvement in a sports gambling scandal. He revealed that his former interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, had stolen money to fuel a gambling addiction. The allegations came to light last week when Mizuhara was fired after Ohtani's lawyers accused him of massive theft of millions of dollars and placing bets with a bookmaker under federal investigation. This is just months after Ohtani signed a 10-year, $700 million deal with the Dodgers this offseason. And then lastly, we take it internationally with the men's soccer team facing off against the Mexican national team in the CONCACAF Nations League final this past Sunday. These teams have had a very competitive history as of late, and it showed in this one with 5 yellow cards being dished out between both teams. That wouldn't stop Team USA as they would shut out their opponents in a hard-fought 2-0 victory with goals scored by Tyler Adams and Giovanni Reyna. This marked their third CONCACAF Nations League championship in a row and a huge momentum booster against a tough rival opponent. And it's March. We had the round of 32 matchup, San Diego State Aztecs and the Yale Bulldogs. That would be Ladee Johnson, usually a big man, shooting threes. He went 2 for 2, and it was just Ladee Johnson really all game, dominating the paint, dominating really everywhere in this game. That was all it was, a massive jam for Ladee Johnson too, and already 28-12. They were just always moving in. Another 3. The San Diego State Aztecs went 13 for 27 from 3, just a dominant performance. And then Trammell with a 4-point play for them as well. Just a great game overall. And then the defense too, superb with the Ladee pass and the dunk. Just a dominant performance from the Aztecs. And as they win, they will now move to the Sweet 16. Well, they will travel to UConn and face their defending national champions, UConn Huskies, in a rematch from last year's national championship. This is their second straight Sweet 16 appearance for the Aztecs.
Well, thank you, Lucas, for that sports report. Stick around for an out-of-this-world story coming up after the break.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer with that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back. Star Wars fans are celebrating the re-release of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace across the U.S., including right here in Central New York.
However, even luckier fans have already got tickets for the 13 sold-out 23-hour Star Wars marathons that Marcus Theaters is putting on in the U.S. as well. Thoughts on if you could sit through a 23-hour marathon of Star Wars?
I like Star Wars. I don't think I could sit through a 23-hour marathon. I'm just putting that out there.
I definitely could.
You
I love
could?
Star Wars. It was my whole childhood.
Same with me. I love Star Wars. I watched it all through my childhood. I could do 23 hours. I could do 24 hours. Or 240 hours.
If
as
there
long
were
as
breaks,
I have food.
yeah.
As long if I have food
and just get up during the credits,
yeah,
if anything, at that point.
I'm
That's fair.
totally fine if I just like can take breaks, but I need to like get up and walk around, maybe. But sitting for 24 hours, no. But I love Star Wars, so I could easily do it.
Absolutely. Well, let's do a final weather check before we sign off tonight, Evan.
Yeah, so I mean the weather's finally turning nice. We're finally back in the 50s and 60s, but we do have more rain, and with the rain, temperatures are going to start going down again. So Easter weekend, even though it is going to be cold, it will be sunny and beautiful out.
For sure.
Awesome.
Thank you, Evan. And Lucas, anything in sports going on this weekend?
Yeah, baseball. They're starting up SUNYAC play. They have a game on Wednesday against Hamilton First away, but then Friday they have their first SUNYAC game traveling to Oneonta, so good luck to them.
For sure. Now, that's all for our report for tonight.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Be sure to stay tuned for more.
Thank you for watching.
Have a great night, everyone. Happy birthday, Elton John.
Bye, Eddie.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer with that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.